Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Tanya Ortiz, aka your motivational money-making diva. Today's message, or topic I should say, is how to turn your mess into a message. Again, how to turn your mess into a message. I'm going to hand it over to Dan Hawthorne. He's an old friend of mine going way back in the radio days from 20 years ago. And Dan's going to tell us how he turned his mess into a message. Dan?
And what a mess it was. I was 625 pounds about 2 years ago. I had given up on life. I was a very depressed man. How does a man get to 625 pounds? I'll tell you how. I lived here in Hagerstown. I was born and raised here. This was my life. This is where I grew up. Food and all was always a big part of my life. Food was always there. It was a part of family functions. It was happy times. Always remember that. About 18 years ago, I decided to move to the Eastern Shore of Maryland to be a success in radio with my buddy. And I convinced my family, my friends, my mom, and everybody that I was going to go down there and be a big success. I was going to take over the airwaves in Delmarva. Went down there expecting to do so. A lot of things didn't exactly go my way. An old ankle injury started to come back to haunt my leg, which was a big problem. I had a radio show for a while, but it was sold. The leg got worse, the radio station was sold, and my job I was doing, I couldn't work because of my leg. So I got into a very deep, dark depression. For those who know the Eastern Shore of Maryland, food capital of Maryland, crab cakes, pizza, cheesesteaks, it was all there, it was right at my hands. When friends let you down, when life lets you down, when your job lets you down, that Meat Lover's Pizza embraces you. It seduces you, you know what I mean? It did me. I got into a terrible funk, though. I really did. I started to hate myself. I hated everything about me. I hated people. I hated everything. And I blamed the man in the mirror. I mean, I was just angry with Dan. It got to the point where I didn't do anything anymore, Tanya. I would go out late at night. I would buy groceries. I'd ride one of those electric carts because I couldn't walk. And it just got to the point where I just became a recluse. Nobody saw me anymore. And when family and friends would come to visit, I would see the horror in their eyes, the shock. And I knew I was affecting people, but yet that drug kept calling me. And the only comfort I had anymore was in that food. And I abused it. For 2 years, that was my life. It got me up to 625 pounds. I couldn't walk. Simple things. Getting off the couch took every bit of effort I had. Taking a shower was a job in itself. I mean, it was just a mess. I couldn't walk. What do you say to a 625-pound man? Well, most people didn't say anything. You know, what do you say? One gentleman came to my house on a late August evening in Montego Bay in that little trailer that I was renting, and he used words like die and death, and he put it out there. He said, Dan, he goes, you have value, you have purpose, don't do this. You have family that love you back in Hagerstown. Why don't you go back home? Why don't you try to get your life back together? So he left the house that night, and I got off the couch, which took every bit of effort I had at that time, and I walked in the bathroom and I looked into the mirror. And I just stared for about 20 minutes at that 625-pound monster. I wanted to choke him. I wanted to strangle him. I wanted to break the mirror. I hated him. I was furious. I was shaking. I was sweating. After about 20 minutes of that, I just started to look beyond that image. And I looked into the soul. I looked into those eyes. And I started to cry like a baby. But I saw Dan in there again. I saw that young, happy guy that was so full of life, that had dreams, that wanted to do something with his life. And that's when everything changed. I asked the big man upstairs for help, and I apologized to that man in the mirror at that moment. I said, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry what I've done to you. And that began the journey. But it wasn't easy. You know, I moved back home, and of course, everybody had everything set up for me. Mom and my family had me my furniture ready. They did everything for me. So it was my turn now. I had to do something. I promised me and my family, and most importantly, the man upstairs, that I would take his help and I would do the right things. So I started on this journey, and I joined a swimming pool. The first thing I did was a pool, because in there you're weightless, and I could do very little with my leg at that point. So I'm doing laps in the pool every day, and my intake of food at that time was pretty bad. I was eating all the fast food and stuff, so I thought, well, instead of getting the number one burger meal, let's get the fish meal. It's better for you. You find out now that it probably is worse, all the stuff they put in it. But that's all I knew at the time. Anyway, I'm doing this. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to do everything I can to move. I go into the pool one day, and there's a big sign on the door. As of December 1st, the pool is officially closed. No more swim club. I thought, wow, one step forward, two back. And there's no other pools in town except the YMCA. And you know, there's a lot of kids at the YMCA, and there was no way I was going to subject 625 pounds to 8-year-old kids. No. We didn't need to do that. So I had to figure out something else. You know, I have the gift of gab. You know, I'm a radio guy,
Right.
and I can talk. As
Uh-huh.
they're finding out right now, this guy can talk. I saw this ad on television for a TV show. ABC was going to put out a show called Extreme Weight Loss, the Home Edition. And they wanted me. I sent them video. I had to take my shirt off and wear shorts in front of them. It wasn't a happy time to get on TV, but to get. But I thought my thought process was, these are professional people. They'll help you. They'll train you. They'll cook for you. They'll teach you. And I'll have that pressure, people watching. That'll help me to lose this weight. But the show went on hiatus. It didn't happen. For some reason, it went on hiatus before the show was even on. I thought, wow, another one step forward, 3 back. But I didn't give up. I was hungry. I wanted to get my life back. In the meantime, after this happened, I got an email from a gentleman named Richard Simmons. You know him, right?
My grandmother loved Richard Simmons.
You gotta love Richard. Genuine,
Yes.
Really good guy. I'll tell you that. He's a real guy. And he messaged me. He found out about me through these shows.
Wow.
And told me, Dan, don't give up. You know, you have something to say in this world. Don't give up. Make choices differently. Just eat lighter, eat less of this and that, and drink more water. Simple advice, but more so than anything, it was a person who cared about me. And he showed me that there is someone that cares. So that gave me a little motivation. But once again, Richard's in L.A., I'm in Hagerstown, Maryland. That's not what you could do. Then I thought, I've got to do this. I saw a National Chain Gym advertisement. We won't say who it was.
Okay.
You know, but we don't have to say, right?
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Anyway, I went in there, I joined, and I said, who's the trainer here? Who can help me? And they pointed out a lady across the room, and she would not make eye contact with me. I went over to this lady, I put my hand out, barely could walk. I said, hi, I'm Dan. I really need your help. Her reply was, honey, I'm extremely booked up. I've got a lot of people in line, about 6 weeks worth. Sign that book, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, do cardio. Get yourself doing some cardio. Get moving. Cardio, what does that mean? So I figured I can't fit on any of the equipment. I can't walk. The bike was the only thing I could do. And I did that for about 2 weeks and gave up. I said, that's it. The Grim Reaper's going to be knocking on the door. I'm not meant to live. This is just, I can't do this on my own. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. I was still wanting it, but I just felt like I was done. Then I got an email from a gentleman. Big shout out to my man Thomas, the Boss Burge from Hagerstown Community College. He said, my name's Thomas. I think I have a facility here that can help you. I'm new to town. I run the fitness center. Tell me about yourself. Sent him an email back with my BS detector going off, thinking this wasn't real. It was going off. But I told him everything. I said, I'm taking blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills. I'm depressed. I can't walk. I got a bad ankle. I hate life. I'm a miserable I'm a mess. And I thought, there's no way this guy's going to reply back. The next day, come in here and talk to me. Wow, I thought, this guy really wants to talk to me. So I went into Hagerstown Community College that day, and I parked in the parking lot. And we've all seen that scenario in the movies and TV. You got the angel over here, and the guy with the pitchfork over here. They were battling back and forth, but the good guy, little guy in white and blue, won, thank God. And I went into the fitness center, and Thomas shut the door, and we sat down and we talked. And I told him everything I've just shared with you folks and more. And I thought, there's no way this guy's going to talk to me after this. And after that conversation, Thomas looked at me and says, is there anything else? I said, no. He said, well, there's nothing you just said we can't fix. That was about 2 years ago and about 335 pounds ago.
Do you hear that? How many pounds?
335.
335
60 to
pounds.
go. What's 60 pounds after 335, huh? I can handle
Folks, that is turning your mess into a message. And what are you doing today, Dan?
Today I'm speaking to college classes, high school classes, weight loss groups, professionals. I spoke to some of Hagerstown's finest recently.
Wow.
I get out, I share the message. I've got a blog page, which you're going to tell me about, right?
Yes. Folks, I want you guys to go to Dan's blog page at dan-hawthorne.blogspot.com. Again, that's dan-hawthorne.blogspot.com. And you can also find him on Facebook, Dan Hawthorne.
And I'm writing a book.
And he's writing a book.
With Patricia Garber, my author.
Woo!
Hi, Trish.
So there you go, folks. If Dan can lose almost 2 people and turn his mess into a message, because the whole scenario could have played differently. Dan could have just easily threw in the towel, you know. But as I always say, God put us here for a reason. And we all
have purpose, right, Dan?
Have purpose. That's right. And that's what this show is all about. So I'm going to close out today. Again, I want you to turn your mess into a message. I want you to turn your test into a testimony. And I want you to do like Dan did and turn your trials into a triumph. That being said, peace out, peace, love, and see you on the beaches of the world. Oh, and don't forget, you have to go to my blog at curiositycanmakeyoumoney.com. Again, curiositycanmakeyoumoney.com. Even if you don't want to make money, just read the blog. If you like what you've seen today about Dan, just show us some love. Do me a favor. I don't want you to text me. I don't want you to private Facebook message me. I want you to hit the share button. Folks, it's at the bottom of the screen. It'll say share on Facebook. Hit the button and share the love on your Facebook page about Dan, okay? Again, curiositycanmakeyoumoney.com. Peace, love, and we're out. Bye.